welcome to day 4. So let's just start with our stretching. Deep breath in. Raise the arms up and slowly come down. Your hands to your halfway up and exhale. Arms halfway up. And down. Deep breath up, come all the way up. And back to center. Alright, now we're just going to very slowly stretch the side hip out. So up and down. Inhale, exhale. You'll really feel that in the back of your rib cage. All of a sudden you're like, oh my god. Especially when you wake up in the morning, you're going to be tired. So you can massage it. But all of this side meridian, when all this side meridian gets tight, that's when you start having digestion problems. Everything starts swelling out. And if you've got extra swelling, you've got extra weight on you, it's going to put additional weight on those organs, pressure. So it's going to make them not function right. Okay? Hopefully you've started your morning with your glass of water. Now if you can't go down as far as I am, you just back and forth, just go here. It's going to take time to stretch out that side meridian, so don't be patient with yourself. Don't forget, I've been doing this for many years, so but I'm still tight. I wake up in the morning. It takes me time to get my body to relax too, so if you're doing this after a day at work, the key is to find a time. My programs are getting to be about half an hour for you guys. I want to try to make, program for you that's workable. So then you have to figure out when is a good time for you. You're either going to have to get up half an hour early in the morning, or you're going to have to do it after dinner maybe, before bedtime. But you have to dedicate half an hour just for you, where you can go into your own little space and just unwind from the day. Make it your detox, your de-stress, make it your healing time. Okay, how's that feeling? Should start to feel a little bit more flexible now. Alright, today we're going to lower down on the ground. I want to do some leg stretches today, so we're going to focus on stretching out the hamstrings. A lot of hip problems are caused because of that hamstrings, the IT bands, and the inner thighs. So we're going to just slowly come down to the floor. Okay. And we're going to stretch out the hamstrings first. But before we do that, we're just going to come into the center of your mat. And if you don't have a yoga mat, it's not really essential. The purpose of a yoga mat really is just to give you a little more cushion on the floor. So you can throw down a blanket, works just as fine. Or you can just do it on the carpet as well. So we're just going to sit on our feet if you're able to. If you're not, just go back as far as you can. Just going to lean back a little bit. And all this is doing is just stretching out those quads. And you might feel it in your hip joints. It's like, whoa, that feels a little tight in there. Might be, your abdominals might be a little bit tight. This is only day 4, but you're You're really working your body now. Even though it's being very gentle working on it, you're still doing things you're not used to do. You don't normally do. So right now we're just going to come forward into child's pose. So put your head down. Just take a couple of breaths here. You want to just relax. Allow your body to sink into the floor. And slowly come up. Alright. You're going to come up into tabletop. And then you're going to step your right leg between your knees. Between your arms, I mean. Between your knees. Between your knees. Alright, so you're at a 90-degree angle. Okay? Now you're just going to rock forward and backwards. Just slowly getting those muscles to start moving. Deep breaths in and out. Now pay attention to your hands here. Proper placement when doing yoga is very important. If you don't do it correctly, you can cause wrist problems. So you want to make sure your fingertips are down, then your palm, then your wrist. You always want to have like space in between. You should be able to go underneath your fingers with your finger to make sure that that's your proper placement. You don't want to put all the weight on your wrist, okay? So when you got that set up, you start back and forth. Okay? If your knees hurt to do this, put a little cushion underneath it. You're going to notice right away that your quads are going to stretch. Quads, IT bands, inner thighs, hamstrings all affect the knees, so be careful. If you can't kneel on your feet or on your knees, so just sit back like this and extend your leg out. If you can't be on your knee. Okay, this is a great stretch. It stretches out your hamstrings, your calf. If you've got your foot upright, it's stretching out the bottom of your foot. Alright. Back up and we'll switch legs. Same thing on the other side. Again, if you can't go on your knee, just sink back down like I showed you. Sink back and forth. You're going to really feel this in the front hip flexor. And back. Front and back. Alright, now let's lower down. Really stretch out that hamstring. And slowly lower down to the ground. Alright, we're going to bring our feet together. Now, today's prop is the yoga strap if you have one. If you don't have one, then use a towel. Just a long towel. Excuse me. Alright. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up the hips a little bit more before we start. And you have to be mindful of your inner thighs because that's going to really affect your knees. Okay? So just go very slow with these. If you can bring your feet together, sit up straight, and we're going to just lean forward. Take a deep breath. And you're rotating forward, you're opening up your hips. So if this is as far as you can get down, just stay here and just breathe, just deep breaths. If you are able to, you can put your hands in front and just pull yourself down a little farther. We're going to stretch the inner thigh. Just extend the leg out. This leg is at a 90-degree angle. I'm just going to turn to face this leg and do the same thing. It's going to come forward. You're going to feel it in the hip joint as well as the hamstring. Deep breaths in and out. Slowly come up. Now you're just going to pivot so that your stomach is facing this leg, and you're going to do the same thing and just stretch out. This is going to be more of a side stretch. Keep this foot up. If you can grab the foot, if you're only here, that's fine, but if you can grab it, or you might want to come down in front of the floor, wherever you are, you can grab it here. And you're just going to stretch out that little spine area, side area. You can extend this arm up and over. If you can't get all the way over, just go straight up to the ceiling. If you can't lift your arm that far, just go here. It's all kind of connected. When you're tight in this area, your shoulder might be tight. You might not be able to get up as far. But if you keep doing these, pretty soon you will be able to touch your foot. But if you can't, just go here. And if you can't, do here, and just focus on your breath, deep breathing. The more you breathe, the more effective the stretch is going to be. Okay? The breath is your life force. The breath is taking out the tightness and bringing in the space. Alright? Now let's switch sides, same thing. First we're going to look forward, just come straight down, and if you're only here, just hold here, make sure your foot is flexed upwards. Slowly come up, and same thing, I'm going to twist, looking this way, and then slowly stretch on that side. Arm up. We can just go here. I'm really tight on this side today. Okay, there I just got an adjustment. My spine correct and adjusted right in this area. And slowly come up. Alright. Now we're going to sit with both legs out. Same thing, you're just going to lean forward. So wherever you are, you can, if you're able to move a little bit, be very mindful of your kneecaps here. You don't want to overstretch the kneecaps. So just go very slow. If it's too much of a stretch, bring your legs closer together. Okay? And if that's too much, just come here. It's just going to take time and continual stretching to find an area that works for you. So just pick an area or pick a pose and just stretch out. Okay, we're going to stretch to the center. Now, I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but when I leaned forward, my elbow cracked. So all of a sudden you start to realize, okay, my legs are tight. It's pulling on my arms and my shoulders. Slowly move from side to side if you are able to. If you are not and you're just starting, so just be patient with yourself. I'm showing you guys beginner, but I'm also showing you little things you can do to, make things go a little quicker. Alright, now we're slowly going to walk to the left. Slowly turn your body and lower down over the leg. Now if you're only here, just hold it here. And if you want to challenge yourself, you can walk on the other side. But if you're just starting, you might not be able to do that. So just go wherever you can. Alright, back to center. And now we're going to do it to the other side. Here we go. And back to center. And if you want to do one final stretch, just kind of come forward. You're really going to feel this in your inner thighs, especially if you have your feet up. And slowly come up and just help your legs together. Alright, now we're going to lay back and we're going to do just some leg circles today. And why we do the leg circles as well as doing that sciatic nerve stretch is just to get the inner thigh muscle and the IT band, just to get it moving in there. Okay, so we're gonna lay back, put up. If you're only down here, just hold it there. Okay? And we're just gonna start with little circles. So wherever you are, just go really slow with these. You want to be mindful to get all the areas of your body moving. So what that means is, don't just work one side. Let's switch direction here. Don't just work one side. If you can only go up, I will show you in a second, okay? So there's little circles. If this is all you can do, just do that, okay? You can go a little bit wider. Do that. Four and reverse. One, two. Alright, now we're going to attempt, if you can pull your leg up here, come up here, you're just stretching out the hamstring right now. If you can't come up that far, so you're here or down lower, just go here. You might not be able to come all the way up. Okay, so if you're down here, you're going to go this way, very slowly. Now you want to keep your stomach tight when you do these. Breathe. Okay? Let's be very mindful to these. Right? Then you can come up higher, it's gonna look like this. Alright? Okay, I'm gonna show you the advanced version first. Because I'm up here, you're just going to let it drop down. You're really going to feel that stretch the inner thigh. Be mindful of that kneecap. You don't want nothing to tear, so just pay attention to how it feels. Now this is the part where you let that muscle relax. So just let go of the muscles like this, just relax it. Relax it again. And once more. And when you're ready to bring it up, now you want to bring it over. Deep breath in. Adjustment. Slowly come down. Okay, and relax. Just let the legs sink into the floor. Also relax your shoulders and your face, your jaw. And when you're ready, come back up. Alright, now I will show you the modified position. So modified, same thing, you're just going over. So you're just going down. Relax the leg, you might get a hip crack there. And then slowly come up and take it over. So this is the modified version. Okay. Now, the modified version, you might not be able to get to the ground. Let the leg go down a little bit farther. And just kind of pull it over your leg. Just relax. Maybe just relax down into it. You're gonna feel it's tight in your hips, it's tight in your lower back. It's gonna be really tight right in that inner thigh joint. Okay, if you can't get there, we can go a little farther. Just kind of roll over with it. You're gonna really feel it in that hip joint. Now if you can't get all the way down, you're maybe up here. That's okay too. Just relax. Just relax wherever you are. You can use this strap too to take off some of that tension if it's too tight in your IT band. Use the strap and lift it up. You can also put pillows or blocks, yoga blocks, so you've got something to rest your leg on. And then come back. Alright, now let's do the other side. Okay, a couple of circles. Actually, let's do it. You gotta do the bigger circles. Bring out the big ones. 2, 3, 4, and switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. To center, we're gonna lower down. And slowly come over. There it finally cracked right up on the left side. So back to center, and now I will show you the modified version. So you're going just down to the floor. And bring it up and just come over. You can maybe relax it down just to the floor. Or if you're able to go farther, just roll over with it. You're gonna really feel it through that hip flexor, that glute muscle, IT band. It gets super tight for you guys. Deep breath in. And let your body relax. face, your hips, your shoulders. And back to center. Alright. Now let's just do one final strengthening movement here. I'm going to just push up, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your stomach, push through the heels, and breathe. And slowly lower down. Now just bring your knees up, wherever you are. Okay. So every time you bring your knees up like this, you're working your abdominals. Now if you can relax like this and just put your hands on your knees and just breathe. So this stretches out your spine and it also relaxes your heart. And just lower your legs down to the left. And stack your feet on top of each other. Knees are stacked. And you're just stretching out that hip, shoulder down to the ground. And back to center. Come back to center and slowly roll up. If you're not able to roll up like this yet, your abdominals aren't strong enough, then just roll over to the side and use your hands to push yourself up. Okay? And that's all I have for you guys today. Don't forget to drink your water and do your down dog, your ragdoll stretch. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 5.